Zay, did you go?
I made it though.
And once again, you failed us. You failed us, David.
Listen, I don't work for you, Vato.
All right, you see how that shit worked out.
Kind of like us, bro.
Huh?
I mean, like one photo of the jumbotron would have been great though.
It was there. Lolly did us right. It was there. Y'all had the new sign up there and everything.
I take you right.
You doing a lot of shit like what is this? What's the Nino Brown? I mean, what's it we say? I don't like these words you're using. Us don't work for you. Did y'all right? All these words right here, I don't like in my establishment tonight.
The one thing he could have did, he didn't do.
I showed up. The one thing y'all did not do.
That's a fact.
It was my mama's birthday. Y'all better back.
Yo, one more time for the books is D Horace Towns, joined by these Black Super Friends. Listen, as always, the show starts behind the scenes. I'm going to start a new subscription page for y'all to hear about what really goes on before showtime. And you can experience all of Zay the Ladies Man shenanigans. But we'll tell you about it later on in the show. First, I'm going to go to the number one stunner, the man who was at the Blackout 5 years running. All right. I want to say he represented for the Black Super Friends, but Zay the Ladies Man was there if nobody else was there.
Well, today is the 24th of July. It's Tequila Day. I got my Mexico import. I did make it to the Blackout for us after my beautiful mother's birthday. You know, she comes first. So I almost wasn't in attendance, but I definitely made it. Y'all welcome, fellas.
Thank you.
Get your ass out of here. Yeah. Oh, look at him. He's drinking his imported tequila.
Hey.
It's Tequila Day.
He walked past.
That's not even tequila. That's Moscow.
Nonsense.
Well, guess what? On August 5th, Hibiki will be the drink of choice. So if you ain't drinking the finest Japanese scotch, you might as well bring some Ripple. Yeah.
The Volley juice.
Hey. Next, I'm gonna go to my main man who's producing the show tonight. He's just gonna let me host. Tonight, you will know him as Chris Leo, also known as him.
He, him is my pronouns. I want you to make sure you get it right, and I will be using the correct bathroom. Thank you for showing up this Monday morning, night, post blackout. Sorry we couldn't make it, but we will be in attendance next Friday. Latour's big Leo teams.
Hold on.
I ain't never made it to the black off, but I'm pretty sure that is a show enough time to have.
I will say this. They had a time out there. It was a lot of confusion and a lot of dismay. I wasn't.
Yeah, I seen the shenanigans on Facebook and the day after.
Yeah, man, I never saw so many grown ass men and women upset about an outfit contest. That was crazy, but that was also new.
Considering all y'all were black.
Yeah, well, a lot of people were talking.
Consider that everybody who were black never wins.
And everybody
got to step outside the box.
Everybody who follow directions don't have a chance of winning.
There ain't no sense.
One time for the rebels.
One time for Sheen producing a lot of outfits. I seen it in the app. All right, next I'm gonna go one time to my dog, the man that resides outside of Atlanta, Georgia. You can see him on his Harley some days riding in all his glory, or sometimes you can catch him on here defending the legacy and justice for all straight black males. You would know him as Super Mario Sr.
Hey, congratulations for y'all coming out today to see such a great and wise event. Hey, man, I know why my brother got tongue-tied when he said the black off, because most of them women was taking it off. Half the half the outfits must have been half off because half of them was off their rockers for what they was wearing. Because my God, only thing I seen was brown,
Titties and ass.
and you know the rest.
It was going down.
Brown.
One time for the Lolly. Lolly's been on an episode of the Black Super Friend, who started out as a birthday party, and look where he is taking it. He is taking it to new heights. And I heard that Belglade was in the building. So shout out to Lolly, because when BG is in the building,
before you
security
go
is
on,
needed.
I must say, next year, I promise you, Zay said that this year, I've been, I apologize because he tell me every year it's coming up, but there's some kind of every year something comes up and I just can't make it. But next year is his 50th. So I'm vowing on the show, I will be there.
Well, I'll tell you what, last year there was a party. I don't remember it, but I know it was epic. All right. Last year we did the blackout. The pictures was epic. But on August 5th, I will give you what you're asking for. Me and Chris Leo, the Leos, because that's really the only zodiac that makes sense in the world, will be having a celebration. And it will all be for the goodness of the greatness. All right. All right, Chris, before we go down your topic list, I just want to get off something off my chest. I want to do a 1-minute editorial. Because on this show, I have started to be known as sometime a woman hater, which is far from the truth. I love women, but I just wanted to question and bring to the forefront the word accountability. You see, this week when we was on social media, I watched last week Zion Williamson, announced that he's pregnant, he's having a baby from a woman. And then the side chick got on, and she's been on tear. She's been bashing him. She's been playing the victim. She's been trying to tear his career apart, threatening to leak videos and do all of these things because what? He got someone else pregnant or she didn't win. She's the victim. And then I seen Jamar Chase have a baby mother who got angry today, and she went on a campaign because he was pictured with some celebrity, and then she went on a tear and saying, oh, now I'm going to really put you on child support, yada, yada, yada. And then she went on and put all these text messages out there. Last week when we said that we were kind of skeptical about the Carly Russell investigation or the report.
Who was we?
Skeptical.
To who you owe Chris an apology, because he was absolutely correct.
Okay, let me finish my rant. Last week, you read on Facebook, women going at men. Oh, men don't care about women. Protect black women. Oh my God, glad she's home. I can't believe how men acted about this woman. All right, that's some more evidence. All right, then Sexy Red, or whatever her name is, the girl say her coochie pink, her booty hole brown. She went on to a high school. I don't know who thought that was a good idea, and gave out some money and performed her song, right? And then you have Suki, who said she was eating anus, because I'm not going to say that word on air. She was eating anus, and that's a hit song. And somehow she was on live video last week jabbing herself with a dildo and shooting out the finest pickle juice you could see this side of the Mississippi. Thanks. My question is, when men do something, men on this show with men, you'll see men do videos and say, hey, that ain't cool. When it comes to something men related, hey, that ain't cool. Hey, player, that ain't the way to go. And you will see men actually explain or take accountability for the actions of even other men. But I just wanted to rant and say it's amazing that for the last 3 weeks, I can't recall many videos of women denouncing the actions of all these women. Nobody said nothing to the side chicks trying to take down these men, these young men, and their $1 million careers because they ain't had their way. I didn't say nobody really go back and speak about Carly Russell. Oh, I didn't even hear a friend of ours who had an issue when the man found out that that 3 kids he had wasn't his. He found out that he was sterile. Reading the comments, always go read it. That's my point. Go read the comment. It's amazing how women comments are like 100 miles north for the comments from men, and we are always wrong, and they are always the victims.
Yep.
Woo! I had to get that off my chest because I want to say, y'all need to check yourselves. You guys are starting to disgust me. But
Oh,
that's on this episode of Horace Hates Women. At least that's what it'd be labeled as. Nobody heard nothing I said, but it just proves my point with women. All right. Sorry about that, Chris Leo. It had to be said. And congratulations for being 100% right about Carly Russell, who today they gave the official, I made it all up. It was a hoax, and it was a poorly designed hoax. But I detest. Do you have any comments for the media?
well, no, I think that one thing is this. I think that she should have apologized. I'm glad she apologized. She only apologized to the police. I mean, she didn't apologize for the rest of us.
Oh, no. She didn't apologize. The attorney
Oh,
apologized on her behalf.
I haven't been keeping up with. I just
Yeah.
heard about her
Yeah.
apology. But no, that's again that changes my whole perspective on things. I
Yes, it's Smollett.
We will not even require this woman to apologize. If this was Kanye West, if this was Kyrie Irving, this is any popular black man, we require apology, or we punish them. And that this is insane. I said that on the previous show about Keke Palmer should apologize, and I was almost crucified in my DMs for saying this. I don't understand, why do we hold women to this high standard where they don't even, when they're wrong, they don't even have to apologize for anything. That woman should publicly come out and say that I did something wrong and I apologize for it. But that's not the standard that we hold women to.
Well, Chris, to back it up even more, after the whole fiasco last week with the girl at the Usher concert, what's her name? Keke Palmer. Keke goes on stage and performs a whole song that pretty much could be the next baby mama anthem. But reading the comments lets me know we are just going 100 miles in the wrong direction. So at the end of the day, Keke can say what she want about dude, wanting her to be XYZ. Ain't in a relationship, but at the end of the day, you are a baby mama.
You know what killed me about that situation is that when it was going on, they was saying it's almost like they was trying to insult the man by being stuck with his baby. Like, that is not an insult for me to be stuck, be with my baby, taking care of my son while my baby mama is out there shaking her ass in front of Usher. That is not a put down to me. Parenting is something that we love to do. Imparting into our kids and future sons is what we really, really enjoy doing. So that's not a put down when you say, I get to be with my child while she's out there hoeing and doing whatever she want to do.
Pretty much. Hey, well, let me ask y'all something. Jamie Foxx is back. It's amazing because he has a show called They Clone Tyrone, and people claim that he's cloned. So Jamie Foxx is back, and then Kodak and 6ix9ine did a song, and people are mad because Kodak did a song with 6ix9ine, but Kodak got $1 million for the verse. What's y'all thoughts on that? I'm gonna go back to Chris.
I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised at nothing when it comes to rap. This generation of rap, nothing surprised me. I expect the unexpected. We have rappers that wear tight jeans, purses. We got a homosexual rapper that was one of the #1 rappers doing performances while men kissing and stuff like that. We got rappers, women run the rap game right now, and they got faithful male supporters that listen to nothing but women talking down on them. So I'm not surprised about anything when it comes to rap right now. I think, like I said on a previous show, I'm from another planet. So this type of behavior is foreign to me. But I personally don't think that was a good move. But again, like I'm saying, nothing, absolutely nothing shocks me. We got one of the toughest rappers on trial right now, and he started off in a dress. As I'm speaking about Young Thug. So a lot of things in rap we have started to accept. We got devil worshiping rappers that we celebrate. Nothing shocks me about rap, but what I will say is I disagree with Boosie. I think he made an emotional comment. I don't think if you'll do homosexual acts for $30 million. I don't think that's the case. I think that we need to really chill out on using that homosexual slurs to heterosexual men. That is very, very disrespectful. Unless we know anything about him being a homosexual, we should try to stop doing it. And I wish the LGBTQ community would speak up for us heterosexual men when people do that to us. But I think that yes, he will make a verse, do something that he's normally do for $1 million, because no one cares about this. When in the height of people hating Trump, he was a Trump supporter, and people let it go. There's video where this young man flew a chick out and feeding a cold barbecue. Now I know that's not a crime, but god damn, and the females still didn't cancel this man, so he must be the Teflon Don. I don't support neither one of these guys. I don't listen to neither one of these guys' music, and damn sure I never listen to 6ix9ine. So, what do you guys think? Turn your mic on. You are a professional.
Hey, you're a good historian. I forgot about the cold barbecue. Yeah, he's a true South Florida Negro, so it is what it is. I just think we forget, just like movies. That's how I take rap. It's a business, and if somebody give me $1 million a verse, that's when you see what it is. $1 million. How many people turn down $1 million for a verse? And if you hit a verse, he was kind of insulting the hell out of 6ix9ine. So I don't know what kind of game they playing, but I think music, man, is trash anyway. And this culture they don't got the rules and integrity that we once had. Super Mario.
Well, I definitely agree with 95% of what Chris said, except for one thing, because I can say it better too. I definitely agree that rap is a sham right now. I believe we shouldn't get our personal lives or anything that's attached to us emotionally, attached to them and their livelihood, because it don't apply to us. But I do kind of understand what Boosie was saying, because see, I always had this rhetoric a lot because of this one thing. One thing about the world right now that we are losing is integrity. It's not because of what you do every day. It's what you said for so many days and so many months and so many years that you would never do. It's what you said that you don't fuck with. It's what you said that you can't stand. It's what you vehemently went on every song and claimed that your homeboy, your best friend, is locked up because you're a homeboy snitch. You don't hang around snitches because you could have been locked up because of snitches. You told me that you hate snitches. You call them rats. You did everything. I think Bootsy, I agree with Chris 100% when he said he should not have used the slur that he did, or the comparison about the homosexuality. But I understood what he was saying. You shown the world your price. And many men don't know their price. But right now, it's a couple $1 million for Kodak. Because if you listen to the justification for the song, he said, his whole thing was about the price. I got a song, like he's a rat, he's a known rat, it ain't like him. Now you justifying it. So you know you're wrong. You feel wrong. It's different if you had been like, bro, I don't care about this, it's just business. But you did care. You knew you was wrong. You drove into the interview knowing you was wrong. The night after you slept, you knew it was wrong. You said you were giving the money for your daughter. Probably a lie. But you trying to justify it all the way through that song as disrespecting him through the song, like Horace alluded to. So you're right. On a rap tip, you can't put nothing past a rapper right now. I agree with Chris. Like skirts, tight pants, Lil Nas X, it's all kind of stuff going on over the place. The only thing is about it is, I think when you come from a set of calls, especially when Bootsy come from a person told on him and he was facing life in jail, and you broke bread with somebody, especially a younger version of you, who you looking at yourself and you say, man, I didn't think you would go out like this, bro. Because Bootsy could have done the same thing several times before and didn't do it. So I think it's a different kind of hurt. There's some people who I hold at a high regard in life. And even though I know the world is doing this, sometimes it'll break my heart just to know that you did it, brother. And I think that's where he was coming from. Like, not you, Kodak. I thought you. I know there's a lot of jive turkeys and chumps out here, but not you. And I think that Kodak knew that. And I think he's going to have to live with that, because no matter what, I'm going to let this go, he devalued his raps. So right now, I've been watching a lot of people from Broward that I know, and a lot of people from other South Florida who are going for him right now, who are not standing behind this shit right now, who are bro, you tripping. Because one thing about street niggas in Florida, out in
Keep starting
public,
on it.
they're gonna disown you. So go ahead, brothers.
Hey, hey, one time for Drake, who's now painting his nails too. Y'all Negro.
He's been influenced. I am gonna say welcome back, Jamie Foxx. Y'all just forgot about my brother, man. He was on his deathbed, or he was, very ill. He didn't let it out. His family didn't let it out. He came out. He spoke on that. I'm glad to see that brother back on his feet. He does have a new movie out. As Horace alluded to, that's very ironical that they cloned Tyrone, and everybody swearing to God that they cloned Jamie. But for why? What's the purpose? What significance does Jamie Foxx really have for us to have to clone him? They said the same thing with Gucci. Come on, man. Y'all got to stop it. But with the Kodak thing, I guess I was surprised because, I bought into what you said. Like you said, I've heard those songs where you talk about your homeboy who locked up. You knew your homeboy was a rat and you understood because that was his friend and he wasn't built and everything like that. But like Hardy said, to justify what you did, if you did it, you did it. You don't have to explain anything. However, one thing we know, because we all are from the streets, so we originated from there, is there are guys out here, right? Money moves mountains. Let me just say that. So there are guys out here who've done the same thing as 6ix9ine, but when they come out, they got money, so people kind of very easily forget how you know what I mean, and then they just kind of hang out with them because they want to be with the in crowd. He has a buzz. I can make $1 with him, whatever the case may be, but they're not standing on business. They're not standing on principles. And like everybody keeps saying how Boosie always sticking his nose in everyone else's business, but that man was genuinely hurt because, like he said, he sees a younger him that you could be so much greater, and you did that. Disappointing. So, hey, Kodak, but everybody from Broward, like Hardy said, kind of let him have it. So, he go back to the ugly corner and he want to hang out. I don't know if it's gonna be so inviting for him, but then again, who knows? He jumped on a rap with 6ix9ine. They might just kind of make it water under the bridge and kind of go on with life as it is. Interesting to know.
It's a different generation period. 'Cause I see maybe once or twice a week, but a few times a month, 6ix9ine riding around in any of his cars, untouched, windows down, very visible, going where he want to go. So I
So
can't.
is Zimmerman.
If somebody pulled a stunt like that years ago, if they could come through S.A. or Blue Heron with that, it's just one joke on the block that's gonna say it's for the principle of the cause. It's gonna light it up, but it's a different time, It is what it is. So listen, let me set it up properly because I already gave my rant earlier, and I seen a video that was on the internet with and I'll use this for example. We already know Russell and Future have a feud, with their situation. Future has a baby from Sierra. Sierra is married to Russell Wilson. But then I seen a video today where the stepdad, I don't even know they were married, but stepdad throws a birthday party. The wife or girlfriend or baby mama ignores his calls for weeks about him, about the birthday and what he want to do, and he want to see his son. So real dad shows up at the birthday party, and stepdad confronts him in front of the party, in front of the kids, in front of the son, telling him he can't be there. Where you been? You ain't done nothing. I threw this party, XYZ, right? And you see a lot of videos on the internet about stepdaddies and disagreements. So with those two experiences, because Future and Russell go back and forth. Future Russell Wilson has money, Future has money, and this has people on both sides of the fence going both ways. So with those two scenarios and examples alone, what are y'all thoughts on? What's your thoughts on y'all experiences with being a stepdaddy or dealing with a stepdaddy? So I'm gonna go to Chris Leo. I don't know if you have any experience with that yet, but I know you take parenting very serious.
I don't know which one we want to attack first. As far as the Future and Russell thing, when this first started, I sided with Future. I'm a big proponent of fatherly respect. I think that anytime you come into another man's life where his children is involved, he should be, his grace he should be talked to. You know what I'm saying? He should be his consent should be with a lot of things, especially if you're in intimate settings with that man's child. So at first I thought, I was always on that Future side, but then when the beef kind of like died down, and then for Future to bring it back up and just do a shot at the man, I don't know where that came from. I thought this was, pretty much settled, and I thought this was, water over the bridge. But then to throw the shot to a man that's like really just looking out for your jit. If you want to go play football with him, you got all the opportunities in the world. You could do it too. So I didn't like that. As far as the father at the party, from my personal experience, I say don't stop doing that. Don't even have a party with the baby mom. You know what I'm saying? When I say that, because I've been stopped doing that. And when I say that, people say, well, it's your child's birthday, you should put the bygones to the side. And I'm like, in our community, a lot of us, if your birthday is on Wednesday, we'll celebrate it on the weekend, or the weekend before, or the weekend after. Some people celebrate their birthday the whole week. Some people celebrate their birthday the whole month. So I don't put too much specifics in one day. And then to eliminate confusion like that, especially if that man threw that party or to finance that party, just throw your party on another day. Ain't nothing better than having. The only thing better than one party is two parties. So, and from my personal experience, I remember the last party I went to, one of my baby mama's invitees came through, and her man was there, and he sent some subliminal shots on the internet at my baby party. Now I don't know for sure that was me, but it said it said something about the stepdad just trying to help you raise your kid or whatever. So I said right then and there, I can get mad, I can do all this other shit, or I can say I never put myself in this position again. Right then and there, I said no, I would never ever put myself in this position again. I throw my baby a party, we separate those two, because honestly, me and your mom separated anyway. So I say just separate. Don't even throw a party together.
Well, before I go to the other person, I'm gonna say your kid should always be your first. Your job is to protect your kid. So you have to take that into consideration when your kid is spending time under somebody else's roof. Because the attention you cause, a weak man can put that stress and whatever on you. I've experienced that. Put that on your child. So while you ain't around, that dude can be giving your kid all the hell and stress because he really hot with you. But I'm gonna put the stress and probably even my hands on that child. I personally thought that Future might have some toxic, broken ways, but he would probably go further, trying to build a bridge with Russell Wilson, considering your child is a fan of this man and he's under his roof a lot, right? As for the birthday party, this is what I want to say. The thing that caught me on that thing was this. The guy, the real father, called and she said openly, I ignored your call for days. So that dude showed up on that birthday. Ain't gonna do the day before, ain't gonna do the day after. It's my child. I want to show up today, right? Not saying it's wrong or right. That's how he felt. The thing that I never condone, and I think is weak, is sorry, stepdad is a sucky job. At the end of the day, that child is something inside of him that's always going to have something about his real father. So you trying to demasculate another man in front of his father is not going to go far. I don't want to say you ain't going to get no blessing for that. So when I seen him cut up in front of the whole party, it made me cringe because it could have went bad. It could have went bad. I think everybody on here probably would have went bad because at the end of the day, I look at the woman and said, you could have had a conversation. If you said, hey, we're having a private party, come some other time or make arrangements, I can understand it. But you ignored his phone calls. That dude showed up. And he in particular dude said, well, hey, I'm about to give him my gifts and blah, blah. Dude, stepdad went out and, still talking, confronting him and whatnot. At the end of the day, bro, you can love that child to death. That's not your child. That's my opinion. Somebody could get hurt. People get hurt all the times in them situations, baby mama, baby daddy stuff, but you got to know your place and you got to know when to step in, and when to step out. That's not your child in the day. It's sorry, but it's a sucky job. And sometimes you got to look at the fine print. Yes, Chris Leo.
Have you ever celebrated your birthday not on your birthday?
Yeah, I'm going to do it this year.
Okay, so that's normal for us to do. We don't
Kid.
always celebrate. Have you ever celebrated a child's birthday not on the birthday?
No, that's the point.
Never in your life. No child.
No. I have not.
I need
Chris, the point is,
I need to find my sombrero.
Listen, baby. No, I have not. Baby daddy, the man called. He showed up. What I'm saying, at the end of the day, baby mama has to take responsibility, because as a stepdaddy, I can't get inside that. You know what I mean? It's a sucky job, but yeah, it could have went wrong. That's just my thoughts, though. Zay.
Yo.
Baby daddy.
No.
You had some
Future
experience.
father of a child. Is
You
the
had no
title I
experience?
love. Thank you kindly. I do. I'll start with Future and Russell. There's rich people problems. But Chris, to what you were saying you thought that the feud or the beef was over. We don't know what's going on in them people's life for him to keep on mentioning. He could be hating, or they could just still have bad blood, whatever the case may be. I will say this though. Two prominent men like that, you would hope that they would have the maturity level to say, hey man, listen, this is my wife. I understand, you have a child with, or whatever the case may be, and set the tones and some boundaries so that they can stop doing that. Because as you alluded to, Chris, that is correct. That son is there and he's watching both his father and his stepfather. He's watching his stepfather be there for him every step of the way, and he's watching his father, kind of make a fool of himself if he keeps on with the antics that he's doing. I just don't understand why you would keep on doing that. Fix it, move past it. That's what I always like to do. Fix on problems, get problems solved. As far as the stepfather and job, I had a conversation with a gentleman earlier today. We were talking about that. I really have a problem with guys that want that leadership role, but don't have leadership characteristics. Why I say that? If you want to do all the things that we saw, with that stepfather who's taking the initiative to throw the party and be there for that child and stuff like that. Hey man, take the initiative to set some boundaries about your household, especially with that father, or have a conversation with him. Whether y'all agree or don't agree, y'all know where each other stand, and then that's from there. I do cry shame after that mother. You know what I'm saying? Because that's just ridiculous. But then I understand that there's no accountability, as Horace said, because what the hell does a man have to keep calling you all that time for? You know what he's calling for. Go on and answer the phone, So for the women that think that that's all right, I'm gonna tell you to get real close to the screen. Be a real bitch. Don't be no real punk ass bitch, because that's crazy. You could have told that man, no, I don't want your presence is not needed. As she said, once he got there, your presence is not needed. You're never there hardly anyway, but you didn't. You actually caused the situation. And for the stepfather that's trying to step up, you got to step back a little bit, because there is a problem. He's saying what it is. I'm with Horace. If it's my child's birthday, I want to see my child on that day, even if it's just to say happy birthday, hug you, whatever the case may be. I don't have to be a part of the party. You know what I'm saying? But you shouldn't take that away from that other parent, be it a father or be it a mother, whatever the case may be. Stop doing that. Get over that. Everybody's grown. You got to grow up at some point in time. But what I did not like is what Horace said. They should have nowhere had a conversation of that magnitude in front of that kid on his birthday. That was poor. And then for the guy to grab this man's son and say, that's my son, like he's deborn something, that's a problem. So yeah, I felt like I would have disrespected all of that. But we do, as men, have to show leadership skills. So I commend them for keeping it together, because I know a lot of guys that would have went left and it would have been no party. So hey, stepfather is a sucky job if you don't know how to lead. If you do, it's not as commendable, because it doesn't matter what the other person said or how they feel, as long as you're upfront with what you're doing. I think it'll be fine, but that's for real adults. So that's my take on that. What about you, Mahardy? I'm quite sure you've been in that situation before as well.
Wait, God got to fix my heart. I would never let a man make me look like less of a man in front of my child. That's where I might take a L. Like a man, bruh, he ain't gonna handle me like that in front of my son. That's where I know I need work in. You're gonna talk to me like that in front of my son? This is my seed. This man, my son, I'm his hero. Nah, bro. So you doing that for some other stuff, some simp stuff for her. You might get buried, bro. I'll probably take a charge.
The party now.
Bro, listen. You're not gonna
be the life of the party
in front of my kid. I probably will act the fool, and I God gonna have to work on me with that. But nah, you ain't gonna put no cape on in front of me, in front of my child. I don't know. That's one thing I do take serious, man. Mario.
Russell and Future. I'm tired of Future. I'm like, at some point you got to say, bro, it was. I don't know what's going on behind closed doors, but we know we're gonna go bust on front doors. It was over in Front Street, so it might have been going on behind closed doors, but Future brought it back to Front Street. So that's what I'm gonna talk on. On the Front Street, bro, you didn't have out of all the lyric, you're a lyricist. You don't have to say that. That didn't even in that song. It was no even reason for you to say that, bro. You just keep going. And then it's just like then the comeback of I'm gonna love your son and not disrespect you. See, people think I don't understand. I never understood this. Me loving your son, how is that disrespecting you? Like, bro, every time I see Russell with Future, bro, no matter how much I understand why people can be mad about stepdaddies. But every time I see this man with this little boy, he's giving him mentorship, love, appreciation. We can only talk about what's on Front Street. I don't know what's going on behind closed doors, but bro, that's so many men take their kids to professional people football camps and be so happy when they get around superstars and they take pictures with their kid. They take a liking to their kid. Right now, if my son played football and Russell Wilson want to show him how to throw football every day, I'd be like, yes, I'm happy. But because he hitting your baby mama, you don't like it. That's sucker shit that nobody's pointing out. Because Future, you have nothing to do with Sierra no more. Y'all done went to court. You don't like her. You done moved on several times. Bro, you mad about you. I be never understanding why dudes think that she's never going to get somebody else. Right. Bro, the minute I walked out of my baby mama life, I knew she's going to get somebody else. All that, you don't run nothing. From that day forward that you walk out the life, you don't run nothing. From the day you say you don't want to be with her, you lost. Just stop it. You can beat your chest. You can all you want to, but by law, you lose. In the world, you're going to lose, and you're going to lose again. And then if you kill it, you're going to still lose because you're going to jail. That's what I'm saying. Like, stop it, bro. The only way you can make sure that you have complete control of your child is to do something and bite the bullet and probably be with somebody you don't want to for 18 years. That's what most older dudes used to do. I don't like this. I'm going to be with her until I get older and suffer through this because I don't want to be here just to have control over my kid. Lately, I've been looking at this and I've been like, I couldn't do it. I left. I couldn't do it. But I had to have a different respect for men who did that because I understand they just couldn't stomach it. So they did what they other had to do because everybody has that decision. Now, for the dude, the only thing this is so much. There's so many ways you could go on this because it was so much wrong. There was so much wrong in this. This is the craziest scenario of wrongness. If you could just put every wrong thing two men can do with a child in one bottle of emotion in front of this little thing. This is crazy. Like it kept getting worse and worse and worse and worse the more I watched it. I say this. I picked up a couple key things. I don't like to speculate on stuff because we can feel what happened behind the closed doors, right? But I just like to be rationally thinking. But I could be 1,000% wrong. So let me start before I say that. For this man to talk to him like that, I don't think they ever got along. Or I don't think they was getting along at the time of the party. Mm-hmm. If the dude was the step dude through the party, and she didn't answer the phone, that means you showed up uninvited. Period. To whoever paid for, if I pay for an event, it's my house, whatever you say, I agree. I don't want to get into you're right. She should have answered the phone in the perfect world that said, hey, can you do this and all this kind of stuff like that? But I'm going to just stay on the men. I'm not going to talk about what doing because, of course, we know she could have probably deaded this by just saying, we don't want you to come. I give your son after the party, right? Because I have celebrated my daughter's birthday many times, not on the birthday, many times. Many times. I'm talking about probably I'm 90%. I get her the day after than the original day. because I felt like, bro, it wasn't no problem. Me and my baby mother's boyfriend got along. I don't want to have no party with y'all. You don't have to answer the phone. I don't want to talk to you. I thought a lot of dudes really feel like they still got some power. Bro, you don't have, like, oh, I'm going to show. I'm calling the phone. You better answer. All you have to do is this. All I have to do is not do that too. Like, that's the thing about it. You don't have, like, I'm not getting to that. So I just call her the next day, and my baby will have, guess what? I agree with Chris on that. 2 parties. I'm a firm believer of this. You can bring my daughter on the show. She had 1 party with her mom and them and had an amazing time. Then guess what she had again? Another party with me and had an amazing time. And most of the time I didn't have to have a party because I just spent the day with her myself, and we did way more stuff than her mama did because I ain't waste all that money on no doggone party. I actually spent the money on my daughter, and it became more personal because it was me and her and not a whole bunch of people. Bro, when me and my wife got together, I'm gonna let this go. We started Nicole through Jayla party, then me and her came down there through Poo party and took her friends out. So guess what her friends and her got? 2 parties, 2 trips. Bro, no kid doesn't want that. I think both of these dudes got into a pissing contest at a little kid's party, bro. Mm-hmm. And that's the saddest thing about this is, I agree. You start snatching up somebody's son, telling somebody daddy, because I agree with this one time. You can embarrass a little boy's father, but for so long, because that's a part of him. So eventually he's going to start having a disdain for you because he loves that man. So it was uncalled for all around the board, but I feel like, bro, sometimes we as men, I got to call it out, bro, and I hate to do it, but, bro, stop trying to make a situation a situation. Mm-hmm. You don't have no authority, bro. Have the party. It's not going to kill you to have the party the day after, bro, or the day before. It's not. It's you and your pride. It's your pride. I'm going to have it today. You didn't answer the phone? I'm showing up. I don't been there. I know. I don't been there. But as I get older, I start saying, bro, she didn't answer the phone. I tell you, they probably going to do some stupid shit. Don't even engage with that, bro. The next day I get my daughter, she going to wake up and have another whole birthday party. And I'm pretty sure she's not going to be like that. I don't want to go to the mall and spend this money and go to the movies because you didn't come get me yesterday. I never heard my daughter say that in 18 years. So that's just why I feel like too.
I think this is the hard. I don't think he was trying to throw a party because if you say that makes sense. In this instance, he was just trying to drop the gifts off. And I'm 100% with you on forcing the issue because you can't force that. But he said, "Well, I've been calling you to let you know what I'm saying, that I'm trying to get." He probably was trying to drop the gifts off early. We don't know, but it wasn't an instance of he's trying to throw a party too. If you remember and you watched, as he went out, he popped the trunk to give him the gifts.
Bro, you could have given him being accepted.
This is true.
You could have given the day before. You knew. I'm saying my point is, you don't. I feel what you said. You shouldn't have to.
Right.
That's what I'm saying, bro. This is not 1920. Like right now, I seen Horace go through a bunch of stuff when I was young with his baby mama. So for me to come behind him and act like, oh my God, I can't believe this is happening. Oh wow, these women are crazy. What am I doing, bro? You got yourself into that. You nutted in somebody you didn't want to have a long-term deal with. That wasn't supposed to be your baby mama. You signed up for all that stuff. So whatever all this stuff you got, you had premarital sex without a contract, which is a marriage license. This is all you get. This is your repercussion for your actions. For every action, there's a repercussion. So guess what? Sometimes you might have to give the gift the next day or the day before. You could have just waited one more day, bro. I feel what you're saying. You're right. In a perfect world, all they had to do was just say, here go the gifts. But you lost that right when you left her. Yeah. So now she's gonna be vindictive if she wants to. And there's a lot of simps out here who gonna play into her emotions because he want to be the bad. This is all you signed up for, bro.
And that's the thing, dog. Once you put me in that position, it only takes one time for me. I don't never want to be I don't never have to be in the room with y'all again. I have my own party. I do everything my own self. I never would let you have that type of leverage on me ever, ever, ever again. If I didn't call you and you didn't pick up the phone, no problem. I get my baby the next day, and we'll have an amazing time. But as far as putting myself in a weaker position where I have to be at your house, giving my gifts at your house, so I'm laying my gifts down at the altar, so you can validate me. Fuck off, man. I have my own shit.
Well, listen, that all comes from wisdom and experiences. Fellas, make sure when you go to court and do your time sharing, 1 year you get the birthday, next year she get the birthday. But Mario, you said something. You said them dudes probably never got along. And I'm gonna tell you who the worst Negroes in the history of Negroes. It's the Negroes that start dating a chick and they end up disliking a dude they don't know because he
Mm-hmm.
didn't listen to everything she done said about
Pillow
that
talking.
dude. And now, before you even meet dude, you out here with all this tension and hate for somebody you never met. And you even go out and repeat stuff like you know it's law. Oh yeah, she told me to do this. Sorry, she told me to do don't do this X Y Z. Yeah, she said this, and dude going around here bad mouthing ain't never ever met your ass a day in the life. You dudes are the worst. Are the worst. And if you that person, bro, listen, man, get to know somebody for yourself. But if you out here willing to take a chop to the throat off the words of some woman, bro, you probably gonna get your feelings hurt because most times she talking bad because she still want them sometimes. And I'm just saying that's my point. Yes, Chris Leo.
Now I'm speaking from a level of ignorance. I've never had an issue like this. But at the same time, bro, I don't see how that happens to me personally.
What don't happen?
She can say whatever she wants to say about me. She can call me a deadbeat, but you're gonna see me picking up my child every time I need to be picking up my child from school.
That's all you can do.
When it's school time, when it's school close time, I'm gonna be paying for that. I'm gonna be doing everything I possibly can. So any lie that she dispelled about me that I don't come see my child, well then I guarantee you I'll be at your house every weekend or whenever it's my allotted time to see her.
Let me say this.
Talking about not giving money, I guarantee you I'll buy all these school clothes. I'll buy this, and I'll buy that. I'll make sure anything that happens in my daughter's life, I'll take care of it. So whatever she say about me, she could even say I talk bad about my child. My child will never go back to that house upset and saying I never want to talk to daddy again. So whatever lie she can concoct and think of in time, without me trying to prove myself, without me trying to validate myself, everybody will see. You can look at my stories and see the time I spend with my child. So whatever that woman try to say, whatever lie she try to say, or the truth, I approve the truth. So I ain't worried about nothing no cackling ass woman to say.
Yeah, sounds good, Chris. But reality that happens all the time. It may not. Hey,
I expect women to talk shit about me. I expect that.
Well, Chris, I commend you
her man.
I commend you for all your actions. But the reality is that dude I described is out there.
No, I want to say this too. Quick thing. Three quick things. I'm gonna let Zay go because I know Zay want to say something. First of all, Chris, nowadays you could do all of that because internet is prevalent. But 18 years ago, it was no internet that you could show all those things. So that's a new day. I agree. You can't see a lot of visual, right? But normally, Chris, the second thing is it happens the first event. See, like when he first started talking to her, she done pillow talk all that time. So on your first entry, you coming. You normally do this. It's your regular Thursday. And you walk up and the nigga grilling you or saying some smart shit or looking at you crazy. You like, damn, I don't even know, buddy, bro. I'm walking up. That's when I'm saying, I know what Tootie saying, bro. I had talks with my homeboys about this, bro, he's doing this because of this and then you could tell how dudes move. And I had to say, bro, you don't know, it's two sides to everything. Don't listen to her. But then third thing is, a lot of times when you getting ready to know somebody, like on your end, Chris, he don't know you. So he don't know your social media. He don't know your Facebook. He probably not around enough to know that you got the child. She could be lying the whole way through until they really get in. So let's just say they're dating for the first 3 months. They don't stay together or nothing. He going to his house. So every time he come over there, she can be like, yeah, she at my mama's house because he's sorry, blah, blah. He don't know she with you at the movies or doing all the stuff you do with Cal. That's what I'm saying. Like, it can, I done seen both sides. I done seen women who paint pictures that's 1,000% not true. And then suckers don't give a nigga a time of day to say, listen, the blessing and the curse of me, Chris, I'm letting this go. And you know this. I had my baby so young. So when I dated a baby mama, the first thing, and when I went through hell so young, the first thing I did, they'll say, no, I don't know about that. I got to meet her because I had already went through it. Though. See, but what if I didn't go through it? Now I'm naive and I'm wrapped up in my feelings and I'm a young guy. And next thing you know, I'm sucked into her nasty web of weave of deception. And this guy over here doing it, really, he's doing you. Because I ain't trying to be funny. No, boy, I could go to your baby house a bunch of times and not see you. If I don't follow you on Instagram, I don't know. Well, I'm saying I know you, so of course I know you doing it, but I don't. We don't have to know you doing that with your daughter.
Yeah,
you see what I'm saying? I feel what you're saying.
I just think it don't matter, Chris.
What's
I ain't
that?
gonna lie to you. I said I don't think it matters. I think what they think.
What
To
doesn't
be
matter?
honest to you, what they think, because you know what you're gonna do. Like you were saying, you alluding to they can follow your story. They can do. They ain't gotta do nothing. None of that. The best song ever in the world is Method Man and Redman. I'll be that. Whatever it is that you think or whatever it is she say, you got that. You just make sure you show up for your child, man, in every aspect of the word. I think, Mario, that was your mama, Auntie Cat. She told me that. The only thing that matters is that baby. You feel me? So you make sure that you do everything that you need to do by them. They gonna say whatever. And that's the one thing that you do say, Chris, that I do agree with. I'm never ever gonna try to show you. I'm just gonna continuously do me. And by the byproduct is you gonna see. That's it. It don't matter. You don't have to prove a point to nobody. You do have to. I think for me inside that situation, the point that I got to prove is to my child that I'm gonna be there. That's all I want to show. You feel me? I'm here. This is an important day to you. It's important to me. And I think that gets jaded a lot of times when individuals start to get their own personal feelings in. It don't matter. But wisdom has shown me, like the two upstairs is 10, that sometimes that fight ain't even a fight worth fighting. Guess what? You got it. And that's when you start to learn maturity and become a man. Like, it don't even matter. They gonna do weird things. They do weird things. You just make sure you not doing nothing weird. You be that stand-up individual so that your son or your daughter look at you and say, and be proud of the individual that you are not, my dad is this other kind of guy that they're trying to make you out to be. My bad, Horace.
No, go ahead, Chris. Zay know this story. A nigga used to hang tight with us. We grew up with him, right? Got out of jail, started dating Jackie. Oh, damn, I just said the name. Well, hell, it is out there, right? So, jokers said, listen, he used to hang with us, rode in the car with us, all of this. Got out, started talking to my baby mama, right? Never came and said, hey, bro, not for nothing. No respect, right? See the joker in Walmart one day with him. I didn't act up. I said, what's up, bro? See him on the aisle. Yeah, dog, I just want to talk to you. She told me that. I say, bro, on everything. If it wasn't for your brother, I clean the can good eye with you right now. Not because you were her, because they'll tell you, bro, okay, I know somebody, I think it's creep how you did it, but at least I know, somebody, I know you a little for me, you know what I mean? But when you come out your mouth to tell me, oh, well, she told me, bro, I felt like that was can good action, because I know you was a deadbeat. That was the audacity of it. Like, this dude was a real deal deadbeat. And she tried to say something to me.
Go ahead, Chris.
In Zay's scenario, it doesn't matter what anybody thinks. So we have the conversation on, because I'm guessing because we care what the other party thinks. But in Zay's situation, in Zay's scenario, we don't even care about what the other person thinks. So which one is it? Do we care what the other person thinks, or we don't care at what the other person thinks?
Yeah.
Which one is it?
Horror situation is different. It was touchy. It was close. But you shouldn't really care. I mean, think about it, Chris. Do you care about somebody that don't know you, their opinion?
Well, I said in the beginning, I'm ignorant to this. I've never had this experience. I'm just speaking on the subject. I don't have any beef with my baby mama's boyfriend or whatever. Now I personally don't believe. I believe that's I know for sure the definition of stepdaddy. You have to marry that woman, so you're not a stepdaddy until you marry the woman. But
these niggas is ignorant, so they think that once they with them, they stepdaddy, whatever the case may be.
That's not by
confusing the
definition.
shit out of kids, but it is what it is. No, 100%. I'm in agreement with you.
I say this. I think it's one thing that I would be remiss if I don't mention to all the young guys out there who watching this, who gonna play this back and watch this.
Right.
Understand this: if you're dating a woman with a child, you signed up for that. Right. So if her baby daddy don't do shit, it's not your job to correct him. It's not your job to get mad at him. It's not your job to try to teach him how to be better because you're not mature enough to come to that man to man. You don't know what happened before you. So if you're dating a woman with a child, shut the fuck up and take the children that come with that or leave her alone. I'm just being real because see what happened is sometimes the burden, sometimes we got to look at the other side too. Sometimes it is a lot of loser daddies out here. And then you get a baby, then you get with a woman, and then now you mad at him because you got to take care of his children. But he never asked you to take care of his children.
No.
You signed up to take care of his children. He was okay. You don't understand. He might be trying to show her something, to prove a point, whatever they're going through. You walked into this situation saying you're going to be super dad. You did that. Now, don't get married to me because your check is 3 times shorter because you're paying for T-ball and cleats because you volunteered to do all of this. That's what you signed up to do. Now, you don't come back, oh, you're going to pay this and put him on child. No, bro, you don't have to be here. And I would have did it. But if you're not going to tell me what you're going to do in my face, and then, all right, well, then do your thing, gangster. Like, that's what I'm saying. You can't have it both ways. You can't come be Mr. Superman with your cape on, and then when they tell you you got to get the cape dry clean, you want me to pay for it. No, sir. You Superman.
Hey,
I
never understood the guys that get mad with
one time
the fathers either. That just doesn't make sense. What beef do y'all have? What money did he take for yours? Any of that stuff. If anything, really and truly, you should feel like you the one that got over there. Don't you got the girl? Hell, you upset about it. That should be crazy to me. But the disrespect, though, on the father's behalf, like from the stepfathers to fathers, I can't condone that. I don't understand why they would want to do that. That makes no sense to me, for real, for real. What point are you trying to prove?
One time for the dudes that's horrible fathers, but be the best daddies playing stepdaddy because he ain't got to pay no bills over the child support check coming in, the food stamps coming in. So he Bill Cosby over there. The other family, he's a bum. But no, bro, I experienced some of those situations, and I promise, I was like, the audacity of it was funny to me and Zay and the peoples. But I was like, I can't get mad for I can't. We expect dudes to be like us, and it just ain't the case. You know what I mean? And that's something you had to learn. Like, ain't a lot of real niggas out here, man. Yeah, Chris.
I want to go back to what Zay said. Zay said, "Don't you have her? You won, right? Well, there ain't nothing you can do with that woman. What they did twice.
But listen, you won the prize. Like sometimes you gotta let niggas think they won. You got it, bro. Hey."
No, you never won. If you got to raise them, if them kids in your house, you ain't win, bitch.
But that's how they feel. You watch the same video? Oh, this my house, this my family. You are absolutely right, sir.
Yeah. No, that's people. That's people who Tootie talking about who getting child support and all that. Listen, I pay for a house. Bitch, no, these my kids right here. They stay in my house and they aggravate the fuck out of me. That's not listen. Getting up in the middle of the night, worrying about this, paying for daycare, but that's not winning. Bitch, you wrong with her. I don't want to take care of nobody else's kids. Is not mine. let me get that straight. Anytime I have to chip in for somebody else's kids to make my life go better, it's a difference if it's like, oh, this is my nephew or this is my kid. But I'm saying if they in your house, that means you have to buy extra Captain Crunch. You have to buy extra chicken. I have to buy extra. Nah, hell no, that's a loss, nigga. I'm watching the days till they go to get the hell out of my house. Because at the end of the day, I signed up for the mama. I just had to take this to get to that. Let's get this straight. No man said in the club, well, I bet she got 2 good sons and a daughter. Ooh, I'm gonna go out. No, you said, damn, she bad. Ooh, look at she shake that thing. Then you found out she had kids and said, well, I guess she worth taking care of them kids. But no, that's a loss, my brother.
Hey, listen, boy. Baby daddy stories could be a whole reality show on the internet, boy. Because y'all done laughed at my scenarios plenty of times, but I was like, boy, the worst part is most of the ones that one of my baby mom dated, we ended up being cool in the end. I'm talking about I seen them slide in a car with other chicks. I was like, hey, go ahead.
That's always the greatest.
Bruh.
That's the greatest.
Yeah, the L train continues,
Chris, Tootie, you're right. That's why I be feeling like I don't understand why Future mad at Russell. Like, bro, if a dude was talking to my baby mama and my baby said, hey, he bought me 3 pair of Jordans and 6 Nike outfits. I'm gonna say, oh, you're gonna be crazy this year for school. I'm finna go do a thing too. So now it's 2 things just got did. My daughter won. It's not about me winning. She won. So every time, try to outdo me. How about that, brother? Hey, big dog. Do me. I bet you won't buy her a Lambo.
And that's another thing, dog. Like I feel like I think I deserve a thank you letter. I take care. I make sure I take care of my child. I get my child so you can build a wonderful relationship. I deserve a thank you letter. Or some applause, or some flowers, or something, man. RSVP or something. I need something for my good services.
Listen,
You did. You're not on child support. Thank you.
Yeah,
I take it.
Boy,
oftentimes after a few months of dating, do understand why you left. You know what I mean? You might even buy you a drink in the club.
Hey, Horace, it's nothing like you go over there the first time and you see that look like, yeah, I got it. Then a couple months later, you see that look like, nigga, you ain't want me.
You won the prize. I keep trying to tell you.
That's like,
you won that prize.
Hey, boy, I'm trying to tell you, boy. Hey, I want y'all to have nothing but the best. The less you call me, boy, the best the best stress reliever I got. I want y'all to be blissful, succeed, boy. Yes, absolutely. Hey, we got to run through, man. We done got caught on baby daddy talk. Listen, quickly.
Is her friends legal after she get married or we get in a relationship?
Who?
Is her friends legal after she got in a relationship or married? I mean, like she done said, no, this
it's
is
all fair in love and war, Chris.
I think
her friends legal.
If your heart leads you in that direction.
I just want to know, is it legal? Because ain't no way you should be able to say, no, don't. That's my baby daddy. I don't want you with my friend when you in a full-blown relationship moving forward with someone else.
Chris, I'm here to tell you it's a real thing where chicks will say he's off limit forever. And you like, what? Well, ain't you married? Chicks, bro, listen, it's a real thing. I tell you behind the scenes, boy.
I think it's like
husband and that got back to you. That your wife said her ex-boyfriend is off limits to everybody. What if you the husband and heard that shit?
That mean I can't do the thing that he do.
Damn, Adam 22.
He's a better man.
I pray that's pretty much what it's about. Most of the times it ain't no like he was just most emotional. It is something that he had a hold on her and she don't want nobody else to experience it.
Or he left her.
Time.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Shady ass niggas because what? I don't elaborate on that because women do that.
That's crazy.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Man
elaborate on that.
Without the woman, what the hell?
This woman has found to love her life. She don't want nobody else. There's no reason why. There's no reason why she would care. Why would she even care?
Another dumb girl code.
Nothing stands in the way of true love. I declare.
Not a friend, not a family member, not none of that.
Like, I always say this, and people say it's crazy, but I would be obliged if some of my homeboys was to get with my baby mama, because one thing I know for sure, I knew that you weren't going to abuse my child. That's the first thing. I knew the guys who I call friends was not going to do anything to stop me in my relationship with my child or abuse my child. And I 1,000% did never want her again. So that's the biggest control I can have. Think about it. If one of my homeboys got with her, now I know how that house going to be ran because I know him. So I can trust as sure it's going to be no molestation, no beating. Anytime it get out of hand, I know your daddy. Like, that would have been the perfect scenario for me.
I heard it. I said this, and y'all, I don't think one of y'all didn't agree. I said, because I don't own her, if my ex dated one of my homeboys, right? Like, who am I to stop it? Like, if his relationship with her means more than our friendship, go for it. Because you just showed me what our friendship mean to you. And if y'all both feel, because that means she participating as well. If y'all feel that it's worth it, go for it. You know what I mean?
Well,
like, hey,
but what if it's true love, though, Chris? I mean, what if it's true love?
That's what I'm saying. Do it for y'all.
Like, let her go.
Hey, but that don't mean I ain't gonna look at the nigga sideways. Like, okay, well,
I'm not. You better look at me sideways. You better look at me sideways. I signed a permission slip for this. He gotta look at me sideways. I don't have. When I come to his house, I say, "What's up, dog?" You know, when he come to my house, he didn't see my wife. When I come to his wife, he see my baby mama or my ex baby mama. So that's worse for him. That works for him.
That's just
And
nasty.
we keep on
I've
putting it
seen
in this
crazier
context.
things.
We keep on putting it in the context of it happening to us. I'm saying, is our baby mama's friends off limits if she gets in a full-time relationship or marriage? That's the only context in which I want to look at this.
That's ain't in our control.
Huh?
Apparently, I just told you a story. It ain't in our control.
Yeah, I agree with Tootie 1,000%. You gotta understand the consequences. It depends on how she feels. Because if she feel like that's like put Vanessa comment up, if she says this, that's just nasty, then you dead.
What's different than your homeboys not having a relationship with her but beating your baby mama? There's a lot of your so-called homeboys beating your baby mama into the mattress.
Well, see, most of us live by a code. I'm not talking about us because most of us live by a code. Y'all don't have to worry about that because y'all know that I'll never do some shit like that to y'all. What I'm saying is, that's why I was putting it in a specific context. What's that?
Shit, that'd be your life. I wouldn't have been mad because you did that. I'd have been like, you fool. Didn't I just tell you don't do that? I'd have been mad because you just fucked your life up, not because you fucked my life up. Like that's what I'm saying. Like I swear to God, like that's what I'm saying. I think that a lot of people, it's no code. I think that code that you're speaking on, Chris. I swear to God, God can strike me dead right now. I promise you, even though I know you wouldn't do it, bro, I would have been like elated if you had said you want to talk to my baby mom. I'm telling you the truth. I wouldn't have said, well, that's fucked up. I'd have been like, y'all niggas better start trying, Chris. Fuck around with y'all. Listen, that's the best man for the job. If I don't know another man for the job, that's the best man for the job. I would have been like, he's the fool. Why would he sign up for that? Bro, I wouldn't have been talking to you as I'm mad at you for hitting my baby. Mama would have been like, bro, do you just see what I went through? And you want to go right down the same bumpy road?
They don't think it'll happen to them.
I ain't doing it.
But the crazy part, I think, Chris, the problem that you're citing, and I had that problem before, you like, damn, you can holler at me. But they not. They never gonna holler at you. They're just gonna do it. So you can't worry about it. Once you step off that base, know that it can be swiped. Yeah. It's all good. You know, don't even worry about it. You gotta ask yourself, do you want to be there?
You dead.
And if you don't want to be there,
well, if this, I know this is a hypothetical.
Vanessa, first of all, I ain't never try to hit none of her friends while I was with her. And I'm not gonna try to hit none of her friends after. This is just purely for conversation. This is not.
Yeah, I agree with Chris.
I don't do that anyway.
He definitely couldn't have anyway because your boy.
He was doing it all. He was in all the friends. Hardy was in all the friends.
Because that was my dog right there. I'm just saying, like, nah, for real, dog. Nobody. I ain't gonna lie. Like, we just saying that. We don't. That's the road that we ain't traveling.
Yeah, right.
We got them in the clique though. Stop it.
We do, but it ain't us.
Yeah, it ain't us, but we got some.
We got some swipers don't swipe.
I'm talking about. Listen, it's almost like a thrill ride. They go after baby mamas, exes, right after. It's no joke. So don't act like we don't have 2 or 3 in the clique. Yeah. But see, I always think this too. I think. Not to beat this conversation up, but I think what Tootie was saying that I think we got to give some context to that because I think this could happen for a couple reasons now. Sometimes you got a lot of guys who don't claim what they really love, and then you get into a situation, and then you got some guys who actually underplay shit. Like I ain't really working with her, and they really care about her. So then now I don't ask you, damn bro, what's up? That's a little bitch I'm smashing on the side because if you say that to me, I think that's fair game. So I don't think that you care about her, you like her. I don't know you going to the movies with her. I don't know that. You just telling me that's a bit. So then when I do that, then it's like, oh, let me tell you about this nasty guy over here. Nah, bro, you see what I'm saying? I don't see that. You know what I'm saying? Because then you got the guys who Tootie talking about, who he was alluding to, who just know you used to like her, and then here we go, right back. You know what I'm saying? What I have. Then I'm some nasty guys.
Either they know what you did, okay, you know what I'm saying? They know what you did, and they want to try it. They couldn't wait, but they ain't tell you. But then as soon as they seen their opportunity, they hopped on it. You know what I'm saying? And you can't get mad with them because, again, they ain't do it by themselves. They let them. So at the end of the day, you got to let it go. It is what it is. More power to them.
Yeah, some
it's shocking for a lot of guys, when you first find out. So,
as long as it ain't you, my man, you know, keep the game alive. But listen, y'all burned through, man, because we had like 2 whole topics to go. And But I don't even see if it's possible.
Most of our topics is gonna be a playback anyway.
No, because we might have to turn that into the trial of Chris Leo. They got a lot of reviews. Because you're gonna be the prosecutor. Are we responsible for whole culture in our community?
Oh yeah, like we the one. We grew up on Luke Too Short.
We did. They did
Ball MJG, Pimp C. We grew up where it was pimps. The children now, we're in our 40s. The children now are the product of our generation.
Even worse, Chris. Even worse.
They have taken Owen to new heights.
Well, we created more than any generation after us would never feat the feats we did. We caused more trains that was unofficial than anybody else. They don't even embark on such railroad tracks that we have created. We laid more railroad tracks than the Great Express did from China to America. And a lot of those people didn't know they was going into a conductor's lair. So I'm gonna say people who got a notch on their belt that didn't even know they were going to get it and never got another one. So I think we created more unwomanly acts than the other generations did.
I don't know, because all of them women now are happily married in a relationship. You see them all the time. You could have went through the whole blackout and said Tri-Rail, Amtrak, Brightline.
Right. So
I guarantee you, but I guarantee you, when them bright lines and Tri-Rails, they go cook, clean, great blow jobs, super loyal now. Those women was mixed with the old school and the new. So they got a bit of the whole and some of that grandmother values, and now they grew up to be 40, and now they still, they're still respectable women. If you got them out of town, or you're not worried about her past and shit like that. But they're like those women with less capabilities, with less cooking, with less agreeableness, with less all this other stuff. So are we the ones that started this?
No, bro.
And by we, you mean the black men, right?
And we created them. These women, they walk out and just sign up to be a hoe. Like, they hadn't even really fucked that many people. They just want to be a hoe. They just go out and sing hoe songs, do hoe stuff, and they creating themselves. See, we created them. We coerced them in.
Protect our queens is almost like a joke, because they say protect our queens. You got Suki online jabbing herself for free. You're a celebrity.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like,
you got the other girl
put out a sex
around. Like, no, they have taken it to new heights. We had rap lyrics. These people have real segments and reality TV and live moments. In fact, people are actually getting diseases. At least we had safe sex and stuff like that. Listen, I heard it on a Luke song. Never the day that I actually thought I would hear people actually talking about eating butt and it being a real conversation, a dating conversation on the first day. I never pictured such nastiness in this world.
It's some women's non-negotiable. That's the word you say, Hardy?
No, because that's what I'm saying. So they're choosing to. That's why I think the question was, did we create?
I'm right with you.
We created more.
Definitely.
But I think it's hoeing is bigger now. But we created more. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying
it's lucrative now.
Like, because they want to be it. They not have to get coerced. They see it, they like it, and they just say, I'm it. Like, dog, you know how many girls out here capping? They probably had sex with 2 dudes. Ain't never been hit in the butt. Ain't never been none of that. But they out here rapping, dressing like it, doing this. They portraying it because they like it. I'm saying we have people who are RNs, doctors, lawyers, judges right now who have been down Choo-Choo-ville several times, back and forth with one ticket. And I'm saying, because they didn't want, that was coerced. That was created. The tracks were built. It was laid. The caboose was set, and a whole train was built. That was something to be proud of when you walked home. But nowadays, you just walk out your house, and if it ain't, as they said, it's a non-negotiable. You know what's brown? Get out.
So you saying it's in their DNA? Is it in their DNA? Are they second generation?
In the words of Jesse Lee Peterson, we were homemakers. Now hoeing is just popular. That's all different. We were homemakers, and hoeing is just popular now.
Right.
Good old Jesse Lee. Yeah, Chris, we had to describe that conversation, talk about that conversation, because, bro, I never, like, boy, so a chick asked me that and told me I need to grow the F up. I said, well, I won't be catching pink eye on your behalf.
But dog, you brought up something that's real. Suki, start to think about this. She had the little yellow nigga almost lose his whole life because she said, this is an act. I'm not freak. Look, girls, you could
did it.
get that. That's what I'm saying. You can grab them by the butt in the picture. And they was never, even if they ain't like it, they was never gonna say, oh, he harassed me. That's what I'm saying. So that's what I'm saying. They capping now for cash.
I told you.
Then they was giving up that.
Hey, they just say hoe is life, like ball is life. They say hoe is life, but
they turned out pretty good. I must say, a lot of the old, you know what I'm saying. I look back in the days and say, man, that's why you got to see one thing that's taught me too with these young dudes. We ain't as tender as them because we understood that could be any one of us. Any one of us, because you never know, because they can go on that track and then get off and then never go back, and you'll never know until a nigga who was in a part of that train, that express, he had his sticky stick and said, hold up, I remember that.
But he took an oath. He took an oath to never tell.
Right.
A secret was safe.
There's still some high school hoes, and I don't know. I think about it. I have to think about it. Don't shake your head, though. I had to think about it. Some of them, man, they still good, man. So, you know.
A lot of them good, man. A lot of them married, bro. And it's funny when I hear women say all the hoes get married. Yeah, that's because they got that shit out their system early. And then they quieted down, and then they did all the things they needed to do, you know, like listen, don't talk back. Got married. Y'all married. Right? And trying shit. You know, not being honest about it. All the above. I don't know. That shit crazy, man. But I don't think that black men started hoes. There's no way.
I think at some point after
they wanted to do it.
After 100 dicks, it's something in a woman's mind that said, let me start thinking about my future. You know what I mean? Let me start thinking about where I'm gonna sleep. Let me get a good man who can come close to satisfying my inner needs, you know. But yeah, thank God.
Who knows?
Yeah. Well, thank God for revivals. That's a whole nother situation. They about to take us down a whole nother road. Listen, there's no way you take a woman that do porno, you a white man, and let your wife have sex with a black man, a BBC. This woman has been introduced to stretches that she never knew existed. He
said it needed that.
Listen.
He said it was a little tight, but it's good now.
She got a scratch now that's gonna come back every so often. She's gonna be sneaking back to get that meat. So that's just a scientific fact. That's like my peoples who had the threesome, him and the old lady had a threesome, and she was square, and then they had a threesome, and then she left him for the girl. Yeah, you introduced her to something that she didn't even know she wanted. So you gotta learn. You gotta learn. He lost her forever too. You know what I mean? Put his ass out like the cat on the beginning of the Flintstones cartoon.
Because he wanted a threesome.
Bro, we 40, right? I'm gonna speak for me. I'm 40, right? So just about 20 years ago, about 15 years ago, the things that we hear today and see today, dog, I never thought I feel like I'm 7. I never thought I'd see today, dog. These guys out here, dog. When I used to hear stories like this, I used to be like, no. We used to be like so wrapped up in like, I can't believe that they say he ate a butt from the back. What? Ah! We used to be like, no. You know, now it's just, walk in the park. How you doing? Nice to meet you. Gobble, 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 gobble. Jesus, this is a crazy, what a time to be alive.
Yeah, apparently it is. I wonder why everybody walk around here talking about they got COVID. No, you might have hepatitis. You just around here putting your face in people's buttholes after they've been at Taco Bell.
The prerequisite for satisfaction nowadays is just through the roof.
Mm-hmm. The sad thing is that usually women evolve when it comes to sexual acts and how nasty things can be, man. But men now are starting to do that. You seen that dude from Miami talking about eating it back up?
Yeah.
Heard that? Yeah. So that's the problem now. It's getting to the point where men are doing the little nasty prostitute shit now, and that's what's really, really, really sad.
Wonder who taught him that.
But then again, we're listening to music now. When I say we,
but who run the music?
Music that speaks down on them. The little sexy red girl referred to us as hoes that need to come over and suck her toes. Like she's looking for the hoes, and when she says she's looking for the hoes, she's referring to us. And a lot of men support this shit. I can't get it for the world.
Well, that is another episode of the Black Super Friend podcast. I never thought I'd see the day that things would be this way. But well, listen, we the last, y'all. We the last. We on deck. We the last of the time breed, boy. Listen, boy. We the last real ones left, man. So salute you, because never thought I'd see the day that we would be here. But thank God for revivals that's saving hoes every day. All right, Chris Leo.
Oh man, I would like to thank everybody for coming out tonight, and I appreciate all the love, all the respect, and you guys always showing up. But I won't talk about tonight. I want to talk about forgiveness, because I think that the most important thing in life is to forgive, and especially one of our own. So I want to sit here and say today, Carly, we forgive you. We forgive you. Let bygones be bygones, Carly. I let it go. I forgive you. I don't care if the rest of the world don't. I do, Carly. I forgive you.
Well, Chris, I hate to say it, but that was actually in my thought box as well. I say, not because of me, but I seen it. I said, boy, that you had to do all of that.
It's a real blue water.
Yeah, man, Jesus Christ! But listen, one time for the meat of the week, because boy, his DM's been blowing up. You got motherfuckers faking whole kidnappers out here. So, City Boys, we are up, and we are up. Zay.
Yo, I definitely want to thank everybody. I know we went long. We usually do. For sitting in with us. I want to shout my mama out, man. You know, she got another revolution. Happy birthday to Miss L'Oreal Drummond. You know, I love to see you here. Just keep staying with me as long as you can. And this weekend was a great weekend. Shout out to Lolly for his blackout. A lot of people said they're not coming back. You might have to do some new stuff, throw some things in there for them. But I thought it was all right overall. Keep doing your thing, black man.
All right. Well, I don't know if we were at the blackout because we don't have any footage, but hopefully somebody
be there to get some footage.
Somebody captured us at the blackout on the jumbotron, or what? That would have been nice. So to all that went to the blackout, I hope you had a marvelous time. Lolly Hutchinson, thank you for all that you do for Palm Beach County. You created something that is majestic, and it will be a legacy forever. If you stop doing it next year, people will always go back and talk about the blackout the same way they talk about the Hennessy and the Boom Room, the Spectrum, Checkers, Miami Sub. So you created something, my boy, with that one right there. D-Hop.
If you ain't hating, like you said, if you ain't got no haters, you ain't doing nothing right. So you got to be doing something right.
Yeah, they show up every year. Listen, next year we're going to have it at the inlet, all black, parking lot gala.
Drive-through swap shop.
Super Mario Senior.
Hey man, thank y'all for coming out. Yo, shout out, happy birthday to Miss L'Oreal. You know what I'm saying? It's always good to see any one of our parents and people I know I grew up on make it to the next year. These are all our blessed years as we get older ourselves. Shout out to everybody, man. Everybody, especially shout out to Lolly, man. I think that's underrated what he do. You know, I really think it's underrated. I think, you know, understanding the event center that he actually rents out, and it's yearly, and it shows out, and it's Chris pointed this out to me, and it's very, very overlooked. It's never been a serious action of violence at the blackout. And that's something to hang your head on in this city. You know, that's something to hang your head on in this city. Like, I don't think nobody ever died out there, and that's big for Palm Beach County. and that many people in that area. Hey, Lolly, let's get this straight. You do a great job, bro. You support us. Thank you, bro. Thank you. Thank you for keep throwing that, man. Thank you. At some point of the year, besides a funeral, you make these jive turkeys put on some clothes. And 80% of them actually go buy some clothes that they probably won't wear again to another funeral or to the next blackout. So we thank you sincerely, Lolly, for that. Hey, once again, buy a mug, support our show, and buy a shirt. If you don't do any one of them, don't think I'm a crowd you when you in the dirt. See you next Monday.
All right. Listen, we missed 2 topics. One time for Mama Laurel. You know, you had something that we deal with on a daily basis. He's your baby, but I'll tell you about it all tomorrow when I ask you to make me some Sarah CT. All right. What was my closing comments? But we got some
Chris has
topics.
something.
We'll carry them over the next week. Listen, this year I'm having a party. They're making me have a party, but I promise you, y'all ain't seen this part of Riviera Beach. It's oceanside. It's classy. It's cigars. It's me and Chris Leo birthday. Listen, it's gonna be a lot of Leos. Ain't none of that. Don't listen. Do not come if you want to smoke some weed and you want to be looking. You got on some Nike
You better
Air
not come,
Dunks,
Chris.
bro.
They
I'm gonna have on,
also weed.
bro. This a place where it's gonna be a lot of influential people there. It's gonna be something that's gonna make you be inspired. I'm telling you, the scenery alone gonna make you say, "Damn, this a vibe." Timo gonna be on the DJing. I'm gonna have some cigars. I'm gonna be drinking on some Hibiki. You probably didn't know what that is, but yeah, trust me, it's gonna be definitely a vibe, and they're making me do it. So I'm definitely gonna be out there. I got all my homeboys coming in town. The Black Super Friends should be all in attendance for once. It's rare that we in attendance, so shout out. Look at my flyer. You'll be on Eventbrite for tickets, but I promise you, it's the best money you ever spent. All right. Next
And
week,
Horace is performing. Don't forget the performance. Baby
As
New You
Blue
will be on the
Sway.
table.
man.
He will be on the table.
Blue
Yeah,
stick.
you. Just
Well,
wait.
listen,
I'm
I
gonna have
def-
footage of that though.
yeah, I bet you will.
You
I
know it.
remember
You need
last
that
year.
early.
Well, listen, next week, one of my topics is going to be this, and it's going to be for everybody that's in attendance. I want to ask y'all, study says it takes 172 days to know someone is the one. The one that you want to marry, the one that you can't live without. So next week, I'm going to ask these people, did it take y'all 6 months to know that someone was the one? Because I personally don't think it takes 6 months. Sometimes you just know. So that's gonna be
Like
my topic for next week. You know what I mean? All
like
right.
as in
Well,
love at first sight.
is it a real thing? I'm gonna add on to it. See, that's a good one, Zay. Yeah, I done seen something that Megan said, "Boy, I could be with her," and then she opened her mouth, and I'm like, "Yeah,
There's a
no,
lot of that.
boy, that's what dating is right now. Everybody look good, and then they open their mouth. You like, bitch, save me, go away, get away from me." Chicken head with good lips
You
and
like to
a
be
nice
saved
figure.
by the mouth.
Yeah, man. Trust me. That's what dating is. So, hey, check us out next week. Same bat channel, same yada, yada, yada. 100.